To add a qualified beneficiary to the system, click on the Qualified Beneficiary Add New link. This takes you to an 8-step wizard that will guide you through this process. If you have departments, you can check yes and you'll be prompted to enter a department. Otherwise, leave everything else default on the screen. If you think you have someone who has severance, please contact 24 Hour Flex to process correctly. Click Choose and Continue. You're going to pick the qualifying event type next: termination, retirement, entitlement to Medicare. So pick the appropriate qualifying event type and click Choose and Continue. Next, you're going to enter when the qualifying event occurred. So when was the employee terminated? When was the administrator notified of the event? This is always going to be the day you're actually entering the information into the system. The event description you can leave to the default. Click Save and Continue. Here, if you've already entered active employees into the system by giving them to us, you can click Transfer COBRA General Notice Employee, and you'll be prompted to pick someone from the list. If they're not in the system, you can enter them here. So for QB group name, we're using the former employee's name, John Smith. All of the people in his group will be grouped under his name. Leave group identifier blank. How many members do you want in the group? Should select the total number of members, in this case just John and his wife. Click Save and Continue. Here you need to enter the former employee's name, their date of birth, their social security number with dashes or without them. Employee ID you can leave blank as well as QB ID. You can give them a title. If there's more than one person in the group, you want to check yes for print and dependents after the last name. Salary and years of service are not required. Original hire date is good to enter if you have it. For address, you just need to enter address line 1 and a zip code, and it will look up this city and state for you. Phone number and email address are not required, but are helpful if we have to contact the participant. Down here you enter any dependent's information, in this case Tina Smith. If they're at a different address, you can specify that here, and also if you want them to receive their own copy of the correspondence. Click Save and Continue. If there's an error, it will appear up top in purple. In this case, we did not enter a valid social. Click Save and Continue. Now you're going to enter information about Tina. You need to enter her date of birth, pick the relationship to the employee, QB ID you can leave blank, social security number is not required but is helpful, and then pick gender. Click Save and Continue. This takes you to benefit plan selection. We'll have preloaded all of your benefits at this point, so all you're doing is picking which benefits the employee was eligible for as of the last day of employment. So in this case, the medical plan will add first. All of these dates are going to be calculated for you, so you don't need to change them. All you're picking is the tier election, so in this case QB and spouse. If there is a subsidy for the employee in that you're paying for the first X months of their COBRA coverage, you can enter that here by saying yes, picking a day the subsidy ends. Is it a fixed dollar amount, or are you paying a percent, say 80% or 100%, and then you can actually enter the subsidy amount. Under initial coverage, you're going to say either the employee had 18 months of prior coverage prior going on to COBRA, or you're going to enter the original begin date. And then for each dependent, you have to say, are they added to the plan, and then did they have 18 months of prior coverage, or do you have their original begin date? Once all that's filled out, click Save and Continue. Takes you back to the benefit plan selection where you can add dental, vision, an employee assistance program, an HRA, an FSA, any other plans they had. So we'll add one more. Following the exact same steps, just picking the tier election and saying yes, they had 18 months of prior coverage. Once you've added all the benefits that you need to, which you can see down here, you click Save and Continue. Under prior activity, you're going to leave all of these no. This is takeover options for us and not anything you need to enter. Click Save and Continue. This then takes you to the wizard summary, which just gives you an overview of what all you've entered. Don't stop here. You actually have to click Save and Add QB Group. At that point, the information has been transmitted to 24 Hour Flex, and we will send out the appropriate COBRA paperwork.